Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm Nikki McCutchen. I will be your host for this evening. Just know whoever you invited to the call tonight must really care about you to want you to know about this technology. We are just consistently watching it change people's lives, and we are so thankful that we get the opportunity to do this each and every day. And tonight was just going to be a community night, so it will be open mic. You can, type stuff in the chat if you're just wanting me to read it, or you can open up your mic and you can share what you've seen and noticed. I just want to remind you to do your best to stay consistent with talking about symptoms. So, as if you were going to the doctor and you're describing how you feel. There's no diagnosis that's attached to how you feel. You're explaining that to your doctor. And so, if you're sharing a story or something like that tonight, try to do it in those terms, in sharing how someone was feeling or how you were feeling and how that changed. So, I'll just start with our medical disclaimer. All of our technology is not intended to treat, cure, prevent, or any type of disease. Did I say it all? I think I did. I think I got all the right words. Everything that we're sharing tonight and talking about tonight is for educational and informational purposes only. This is something that you would chat with your practitioner about, even if you were starting a new diet or fitness program. So we recommend that with this technology as well, just like with exercise and nutrition, to check with them first. And so with that, I have an amazing story. I will start, but you guys be thinking, so please come on. But I just was completely blown out of the water. It's been a while. I've had some stories like this, earlier on, but it's been a while since I have gotten to work with a family and a child who is struggling and having lots of struggles in their lives. And so she, a nonverbal child, and I just told the mom, I have no idea what the technology is going to do for her, but I have seen amazing things. And so let's just put it on her and let's see what happens. And so thankfully she was willing to try. And I have started with when I have a mom or a dad that wants to use it with their kids, I have started telling them to not put it on their skin because especially kids that have any kind of special needs, their skin is usually very sensitive. And even just regular kids, whether it's a cold or, they've got, something going on with them, their skin tends to be sensitive. And so that frustrates them to where when they try to take the patch off, that then it's, it sticks or it hurts or, taking it off. So I just decided to avoid all that completely. I tell all parents to put it just on the inside of their clothes. So, on the back of their neck, on their shirt or whatever, and just put it on the inside of their clothes. A parent may ask a question if they can put it, on their underwear or, on their bra or whatever. Yes, the answer is always yes. Whatever's going to work best and easiest for them and their family and that child. So this little sweet girl has been nonverbal. And I was like, let's just try it. I would be shocked if you don't see some things going on with her. And hopefully they'll happen quickly. I don't know how long it will take. 2 days, y'all. 2 days. Her teachers, the adults that are in her life started asking the mom, what are you doing? She's been so much more verbal the last couple of days. What have you changed? What's going on? And then, so this little sweet girl has never been able to say her sister's name. And after 2 days, she started to try to say her sister's name. I'm telling you, I it's like, makes me teary. And I'm so thankful too. I wouldn't have expected or even told her 2 days. But I just can't wait to see what else is going to happen for them. And I'm so thankful that she was willing to try and give her daughter a shot with this technology, because that's just it, is that there's nothing entering the body. There's nothing, there's no contraindications. So whatever they're needing to do, the technology just supports a peptide in the body that's already there. It just turns that on like a light switch in our house and just says, we need you to come together and work the way that you were designed. And especially when they're young, the body is able to actually produce more GHKCU and then get more regenerative cells up and running on their behalf. And then the body decides where those things are going to utilize. So when you think about a little kiddo or any of us having to talk, there are brain signals, there are thought processes that have to be happening in our brain to signal us to be able to think about the words we want to say and then to be able to enunciate and speak those words. And so there are so many biochemical things and motor skills that are going on when we're talking, from our brain to our mouth and to those words coming out and the processing of thinking of what you want to say. And I just think of these kiddos just being stuck, like they're stuck inside. I can't tell you how many friends I have that are doing all this amazing work with their children, who struggle, with communicating. And there's something called out there that's called spellers for these kids. And these kids are now in their 20s, these boys that I know, and they're all doing this spellers program. And they have been in there the whole time. And now they're able to talk and communicate to their parents and tell them, especially the moms, thank you so much. I knew you would find a way to help me. And so I'm just so thankful that this technology can be a very small, it's not a small, but a piece of that makes a difference in somebody's lives. Because when your child is able to now communicate, because they're stuck in there, they're trying to communicate with you, and even a lot of the moms would say, I know they're in there. I know there's something they want to say to me, and they're just unable to do that. And I don't know. Our bodies are amazing. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. Super thankful for David Schmidt to develop a technology that supports the way that we are designed. And that's why we get these amazing results. And we have the opportunity to help families, and give them hope back, because a lot of them have tried so many things and they're so exhausted. And so anyway, I just was so thankful to get to be a part of that this week. So who else wants to share? Carol, did you want to come on and share?
Um, Hi,
Hi.
everyone. Nikki. No, I have nothing really to share yet. I'm sorry, my alarm is going off.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're totally fine. No, you were just unmuted, so I thought maybe you wanted to share. No problem at
Oh,
all. Miss
okay.
Vicky, did you want to share?
Yeah, how old was the little girl? How
I
old
need
was
to
she?
ask her mom again because I think she's the oldest daughter. So if she's the oldest daughter, I think she's 8. And so then the younger daughter is 6. So, and they both are special needs. So anyway, but yeah, so yes, but I need to ask her again if I have the ages correct, but in that age range. So,
Blesses my heart. You have no idea because I worked with special needs kids for many, many years, and they get very frustrated when they cannot verbalize what they want to say.
mm,
And people take it as behavior issues. It comes out in their behavior because they're frustrated and it doesn't, like, there's a disconnect.
right.
And I really believe that, you put this technology on them and their autonomic nervous system starts to work properly the way that it should be because the body was designed that way. And this is just a tool.
Right.
So, I mean, it's such a beautiful blessing to be able to see that change in somebody else's kid's life. Like, you're like, this is what it's all about. This is exactly
Yes,
what it's all about.
that's exactly right. It absolutely is. Yes.
Such a blessing. So I wanted to share, was it yesterday? It was either yesterday or the day before yesterday. I kept feeling really sluggish and I was like, I don't know why I feel this way. So I had everything going on and I was running around. I said, you know what? I'm going to scan myself. So I scanned myself and I'm like, what is happening? So I look at the scan and it's like, there's green, 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 green. Everything is like, and
Wow.
I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have never, like, seen it that good before." But then I
Yeah.
was like, "Okay." But there was one thing on, like, the human, like, your consciousness and all that stuff. The one thing, it was willingness, and it was because just a lot going on, you know what I mean? And it's the willingness. I'm like, "Well, maybe I just don't wanna." So that's how I would, but I mean, I have been feeling a lot better, especially like making sure I hit my protein, getting all that in. But what happened was I was like, I don't have any energy enhancer on because I couldn't I had
Mm,
my patches on and I was like, I couldn't figure out why I felt sluggish. So I was like, after I did my scan, I was like, oh, everything's great. So I put an EE on just on my hips
Yeah.
because I usually, actually, I always have my X39 on my tailbone. But for some reason, my hips have been, because I've been working out more, set in my hip flexors. So I'm just like, I'm going to keep, the energy going in this area, do my stretches while I put it on. And I was like, it really made a huge difference.
Wow. Yeah.
It really
That's
did.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. Yeah, just those little tweaks. Because how long have you been wearing the technology, Vicky?
5 years. It's
Yeah.
not July yet. Almost
Yeah.
5 years.
Almost 5 years. Yeah. So, and that's what's great, right? Is that we keep trying new things and noticing something new. I was listening to a video and I did take notes I posted it in my Telegram, but she was just talking about different ways and different placements of the patches and the energy enhancer, especially, and how much she loved that. And I can't, of course, I wish I could remember why. I'll have to look it up when somebody else is talking and see if I can find out. But she was talking, Vicky, you may know because you did so much studying on all of this, but right below your ankles is another kidney point. And so it's your kidneys that then affect all the other organs as well. And so what's so interesting, especially around my period, I get these little knots under there. And so, you know what, when I heard her talk, I thought, okay, I'm going to start wearing energy enhancer on those points underneath my ankles. And what's interesting is that those little knots will kind of soften out. And so that's pretty interesting, that I've noticed that. And then I don't really have cramps or anything. I've used essential oils for years and that helped with all of that a long time ago. So, but I don't know if it's like, you know, my body and all the changes and menopause and different things like that. And so a few times I have started to feel like kind of cramping, and I will put the ice wave, white right, tan left, just over the top of my ovaries, and that pain just goes. I mean, it's gone. Like it's been fantastic. I've been like, oh my gosh, like this is. I mean, obviously, I don't have a lot of pain, so I know other women that have lots of pain could have to do a lot more than that. But I mean, for that kind of stuff too, I had thought too, well, I could even potentially just use the energy enhancer because that acupuncturist was talking about how she prefers using energy enhancer over even ice wave for pain because of all the other things that energy enhancer does for the body, and how it moves things in the body. And so that was super interesting too. So, so I've started using energy enhancer, usually another set on my, below my ankles, most days. So anyway, we just get to play and we learn new things from these practitioners that know about all of these spots. Is it kidney 3? Do you remember, Vicky, under the ankle? Does that sound?
Okay, I think it's
There's like 2. There's like one behind the ankle on the inside, and then there's one below on the inside. I was thinking it was either one. I think one is kidney 3 and one is kidney 6.
Okay, kidney 3 is on the inside of the ankle. That's
Yes.
kidney 3.
Yes. Okay.
On the outside of the ankle is, I think it's gallbladder. Oh, no, I'm wrong. I haven't used that, but I use it every day.
That's
I just
okay.
don't know the point. I think
Yes.
it might be a bladder. It
Okay.
might be a bladder one, back there behind the left ankle.
Yeah, that's okay. It was just interesting to listen to her talk. And I thought, okay, if your kidneys affects all the other organs, too, especially I was thinking, in trying to, help my body be able to go through, menopause as optimally as possible, that I would start using that point. It was very interesting today, too. I was sitting with another gal that's in, the health sphere and tries to do things very naturally and all of this. And I was talking about the fact that I'm 52, she's 57, and she was shocked that I still have a monthly cycle every month. So it's one of those when you are doing other things, like when you're truly trying to optimize your health, your body it works properly, and it will continue to work properly. And so that's why, like us being, a technology company, but really trying to get people to support their overall health and look at their health overall, and do things that will, be supportive for our health, in lots of different ways. It's why always David Schmidt is talking about, easy ways, to add exercise and add strength training and just different things, the small little things that you can do, because this is really about the multiple tools in the toolbox that help us to really live vitally. And our technology is truly a miracle and makes such an amazing difference. But all those other tools make a really big difference with our health too. So
That pressure point, the acupressure point is bladder 60. The one
bladder
behind
60.
the outer part of the ankle behind, in between. Yes, between the Achilles.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, because I don't. And do you ever like feel something like I have those knots on the inside of that kidney
I
tree?
do
But
sometimes.
interesting. Yeah, because I don't
I
ever feel
don't.
anything on the outside.
I felt more on like the stomach 36 pressure point, and sometimes the spleen one on the inner part of the like the calf. Sometimes that's sore, but it depends on how much like walking or exercise I did.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's when
And
I knew where to place the patch.
yes, yes, you feel that little knot or that spot. Exactly. That's why I thought, okay, I may need some movement in this area where I have those knots. So yes,
Another
very
thing I
interesting.
like is my fascia gun. That is so helpful because I worked out for many, many years and just love it. But what kept me from doing certain exercises was the pain and the recovery afterwards. Because I would pay for it, like horribly pay for it. I'm talking like almost a week recovery. And I'm like, that's not normal, you know? But then when
Yes.
you start to use like the fascia gun, because it's working, it's getting like, it's kind of like a deep massage, and it's getting like, it's kind of like somebody's in there wiggling out those knots for me. And I can
Mm,
do it myself, but it's so
mhm.
nice if you have somebody else do it for you.
Yes. Pastor Ed, you hearing that?
Yes.
Chop, chop.
Yep.
Especially on the back. It's so nice on my back.
Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. Well, anyone else want to share?
I have a testimony.
Awesome.
So, as you guys know, we're going to be going to Hawaii, not this Saturday, but the next one. And so we want to, Vicky's all tan and all buff. So I want to make sure that I'm not tan because I don't need that department, but I wanted to be fit. And so I've been pushing myself. I haven't told Vicky yet. This is a testimony, but I've been pushing myself a little harder this week. And so my workout is normally like about a half an hour to 45 minutes. And I've been doing no breaks in between. And normally, if I ever did that, I would be hurting, like Vicky says, hurting for weeks. And using this technology, there's no pain and there's no breaks. So I'm going 35 minutes, 45 minutes, just constant exercises, doing like about 3 sets of like about 12 or 15 exercises and 10 reps each to that's a lot. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to pay for it. I know it's coming, right? But no, just little aches, because you're pushing yourself to the limit. And at 55, I mean, it was so much easier when I was a teenager. I could get a pump and I'd be like, like I've been in the gym for hours or weeks, and it would take me a half an hour or whatever. But now, guys, as we get older, I'm just telling you, you got to move that body. If we don't move the body, it atrophies and the muscles start to shrink. So we have to move the muscles. And you don't have to exercise crazy like Vicky and I do, but just go out running, go out walking. Stretching is a really good way of moving your muscles around. So I thank God that we have a technology that helps us with those discomforts and working out struggles. I don't want to use the P word, you know what I mean? But
Yes. Yeah. I've used it several times, I think already. It's like, so that one's hard for me. Like, it's like just normal. That's a word we say. So yes. Yeah, so good. And plus, especially as we get older, that, lifting heavy weights, or moving into that, like even doing, lots of body weight to build up to being able to lift weights to build that osteoblastic activity in our bones so that our bones are strong. And really what's so interesting is that when you lift weights, especially when you're pushing yourself and lifting heavy, I came from the era of where we always thought that we would bulk. We would get bulky muscles if we did that. That is just not the case. We just don't, that's just not, I mean, you have to eat a ton of protein and eat a certain way and do all of that to get even, bulky. We're just really not made. Most of us are not made for that. Anyway, so that's just kind of a total, it's just not true. But what's really interesting is that when you lift weights, it actually allows your body to burn higher amounts of calories for 3 to 5 days. Versus if you just do cardio, so even just walking is only going to give you 3 to 5 hours of extra calorie burn. So to help your body increase its metabolism, increase the energy that's going through your body, it's really that weightlifting, especially as we age, that does that. That's so important. So yes, very, very important. And the technology keeps us from getting sore. That's what's amazing. Just like you were talking about, Pastor Ed, it's helped me with that. I noticed that right away. That was something that I noticed very, very quickly with my exercising. So yeah. Anybody have any stories on the water machine that they want to share? So I know I've been sharing water and just drinking it. I can't say, for me or my husband personally that we're necessarily noticing anything other than like, experimenting with or I drank it too late. And so then I was up at 2 o'clock in the morning, ready to start my day, or things like that. But interesting, like things like there's one gentleman who lives in my neighborhood who he's got a lot of health things going on. And so one of the things with him is he'll get up and have to go to the bathroom 8 or 9 times every single night. Well, the very first very first day that he drank the water, he only got up twice. So when your body is able to sleep, that's when it regenerates. And so the fact that he's got all these health things going on and he's able to sleep, I haven't checked with him the last several days to see if he has continued to notice that or how he's feeling. And then another friend, she has been, she feels like she has absorption issues. Like she just doesn't absorb her water. She doesn't absorb her nutrients. And plus just working with her healthcare practitioner, that shows up in her test results as well. And so, she's noticed with her first day, well, I guess she had it there were multiple days that she came over and got it, and then she got her own. But, she noticed that the first time when she, finally had her own, that she wasn't having to go to the bathroom right away because she feels like things just run right through her. So she was able to hold that for a couple hours. And then the next time she was drinking water, she had put her vitamins in there and she literally was in the bathroom within 15 minutes. And so she's like, I really feel like it's staying in and hydrating my body versus just running through me. So yes, Pastor Ed, please come on.
I want to share about my son. We all here in our family have what do they call seasonal allergies?
Yes.
And they haven't all of them haven't been using the patches, but one of my sons told him that it's a new machine and it doesn't have any flavor or anything. So he started drinking it. And the first day that he started drinking it, he doesn't need any medicine. He's not coughing, sneezing, and all that. He's like, that this stuff really works. He goes, one day, one glass.
Wow. Praise the
And
Lord.
it's amazing. Now they're all drinking it. So I just thank God. Even our neighbor came over and picked up some more water for her dog. Our dog's got some issues that she wants to deal with. And I said, but it's not just for your dogs. And Vicky brought her in today, and she brought 2 big glasses of water, and she filled them up, and she's like, if it gets so good, she goes, I'm gonna order a machine. I said, you're gonna order a machine. You're gonna order a couple of machines because she's wealthy, so she can afford it. And
Yes.
so, just sharing, you're not selling it like I was
Right.
talking about yesterday. It's not about the money, it's about
Mhm.
sharing, and when we
Yeah.
share it with people, she's like, I love how we have neighbors that are so wonderful with us. And I'm like, oh, we love you guys and we appreciate you. All we
Yeah,
want to do is help.
absolutely. Yeah, I know. I've told my family that lives around, I'm like, please, like, here's my garage code. I want you to come every day. I want you to come every day. You can even treat it as a little, spa time or rest time and go sit out on my back porch and swing on our swing and our backyard is just, we love our backyard. Chad and I, when we had more time, we're both really busy right now, but we used to sit out there all the time and just enjoy the backyard. So anyway, so I'm like, please just come over if you want to just get some, and if you want to take a bottle and leave, that's fine. Or just go sit out on the back porch and just take a few minutes and just enjoy the day and enjoy the weather and enjoy the yard. And anyway, so yes, I'm like, please, please come over, please get some. So I want as many people to have it as possible for sure. Mm. Yes. Well, anything else real quick? Otherwise, I guess we're at time, but and I didn't tell you. So our technology is this tiny little, we were talking about the water technology too, but this is our main technology, our foundational technology, tiny little patch, completely non-transdermal. That's why I was talking about the fact that with kids, you can just put it on the inside of their clothes. Obviously, you can put it on the outside too. It doesn't matter. But if you don't want to show it, you're going to put it on the inside of their clothes. It doesn't have to be on your skin because there's nothing transferring from the patch into your body. It's all a light therapy device. So if you think of red light therapy, or if you think of anytime you go out into the sun and the sun hits your skin, it tells your body to make vitamin D. This works that same way, only we don't need the sun. There's actually heat that comes off of our body that is actually in the form of light. So when you watch a movie and they're looking through night vision goggles, they will talk about a heat signature. Scientifically, that's low-grade infrared light that hits the center of this patch in a very specific way. Then it is reflected back into the body, turning on GHK copper peptide. That peptide is counted as the fountain of youth and does so many amazing things in the body. So I normally just talk to people about 5 things. It turns on regenerative cells for your body to use those however it so deems necessary. It turns on cardiovascular, so supporting your entire cardiovascular system at the mitochondrial level, your heart, your blood vessels, the lining of your blood vessels, your brain, helps support your brain, helps to bring back calm, reduce anxiety, just to have this state of, feeling better vitally, feeling re-energized. So helping with all of that. Your collagen is not just hair, skin, and nails. It's actually in the lining of every single one of your organs. It's the glue that holds our body together, our ligaments, our fascia, our tendons. All of these things need collagen, have collagen in them. So that gets up and going again as well. Your immune system. So all of us want a healthy immune system. Obviously Pastor Ed was talking about, the seasonal allergies and things like that. And so that has to do with our immune system and how it's doing it with something that's coming into our body that is affecting us. And so this helps to support that immune system. The reality is that so does our water machine, because every single cell can now be hydrated. And when every single cell in your body is now receiving hydration, your body at every capacity, every system, every organ can now work better. Our body, we are, what is it, like 70%, 90% water? I can't remember. I'd have to look it up again. But we're walking water beings. We have to have water. Everything about us is about, that's how the energy in our body flows. So I'm not talking esoterically, I'm talking about ATP energy. That's the energy in the powerhouse of the cell, the mitochondria, that creates and does everything that we do. It takes energy for me to speak. It takes energy for me to think. It takes energy for me to move any part of my body. That all takes energy. The X2O supports that hydration hydration, getting into every single cell, having the ability to do that because it is infused with 6 different wavelengths of light that change the bond angle that allow the hydration to penetrate each and every cell and deliver light and hydration to everywhere in your body, which is truly amazing. And this then supports in that same way, reducing inflammation, helping you feel better in across the board in all those 5 areas and so much more. It's why it's counted the fountain of youth. So I was talking today to somebody and I just told her, really you want to give this, 6 to 12 months. That's going to be best. If at minimum, 90 days, to 120, so 3 to 6 months. But really you want to just give this some time so we can see what your body can do with it. And hydration is always key. And so even if you don't have an X2O machine, drinking good high quality water, where you're getting all of the junk and toxins out, and then being able to not have to, I did a clinic with a doctor over this last week, and he had a scan there that was able to scan people's heavy metal toxicity and their nutrients and their vitamins. And she had some heavy metal toxicity, some aluminum. And so we asked her, well, are you cooking in aluminum pans? And the answer was yes. Please, y'all, if you're cooking in aluminum pans, it is time to stop. You have got to get some good pans. If you need a recommendation, shoot me a message on the WhatsApp or whatever. I'm happy to give you some recommendations to get you some good, quality pan sets to keep you out of the aluminum. And so, I guess her husband apparently just likes the aluminum pans. So, but obviously she's getting that. They're cooking in that every single day. That transfers into your food. Okay, so knowing that, then giving her that piece of information, well, now she for sure needs to stop that, as well as, I don't know, she'll have to see, run a recheck to see if after she stops using it, her body's able to detoxify that aluminum, or if she's going to need some support in that area. And our glutathione patch is fantastic for that. There's a lot of supplements out there that I would highly recommend as well to do it in combination with our glutathione patch. But anyway, hydration is key. This technology is changing lives. We are so thankful for it. All of our technology is changing lives. So anyway, with that, please get back to the person who invited you to the call tonight. Tell them that you're ready to get started. Ask more questions. I know we didn't go in depth over the technology. I actually do that every single Monday night at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. And you can come back on and ask questions as well. That's what I'm here for. You can go to my website. It's embraceoptimalhealth.com and learn all about our technologies as well that are there and deep dive. It's deep as you want to. There's all kinds of great information there. But yeah, please come back and join us on Mondays. On Wednesdays, Pastor Ed and Vicki do a great job. They talk about some of the business stuff or they talk about additional health stuff. So that's a fantastic call, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time as well. And we're here every Thursday doing testimonials. So if you know of someone that wants to share, we would love for them to share. With what we shared tonight in what we're seeing with this technology and how it's helping people, that is what makes a difference. That is what why people want to try it for themselves, is because they think if that person can get that result, then they have hope that maybe I can get some results too. And that's the amazing thing, is this technology just supports their own body in doing what it needs in that moment. So please get back to the person you invited to the call tonight. Thank you for joining us. Join us Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday anytime. And with that, we pray blessing over each and every one of you. Good night, everyone. Have a great evening. Be blessed.
Good night. God bless. Sorry, we switched phones.
No, you're good. It's all good.
Bye,
Good night.
everybody. God bless.
Bye.